In this video, we're going to walk through the teacher dashboard. Once you log in, you'll see your class list. Click into whichever class you'd like to work with, and it'll take you to its dashboard. Across the top, you'll see 5 tabs: Summary, Students, Assignments, Gradebook, and Exams. Right now, we're in Summary. This is your snapshot of how the whole class is doing. Up in the top right, you'll see your date filters: today, this week, this month, and all time. Every card on this page recalculates based on whichever one you got selected. We'll leave it on all time for now. The first card is Assignment Diagnostics. This displays your class's average grade and assignment completion rate. Average grade is the average score across all assignments. Completion is the percentage of assigned work that's been finished, regardless of how the class scored. Click on the card and it'll expand into a table of every assignment with its completion rate, average, highest and lowest scores, and due date, all sortable. Here's the part you'll use most. Click into any assignment and you'll get a full breakdown. Question breakdown sorts by most missed, so the questions your class struggled with the most float straight to the top. Each one shows you the percentage who missed it and how many students that was. You can see the list of specific students by clicking on Students on the right. You can also switch to a by student view and see each student's individual answers, question by question, including how long they spent on each one. Next is Exam Overview. This breaks out average exam performance by subject, math and ELA separately. Click into this card and it'll expand into a list of every exam that's been given. It'll display the average math, average ELA, and total scores for each one. You can click into an exam to see its full detail breakdown. Once again, question breakdown is where you'll spend your most time. You can filter by section, most missed, most time spent, or question number. You can also switch into a by student view where you can see each student's submission to the exam, question by question, in a far more detailed breakdown. You can view their entire submission by clicking Full Submission and filter it by correct, wrong, and omitted. Next is Skills Overview. Skills Overview breaks down every skill in your curriculum into 3 buckets: completed, in progress, and not started. It's the fastest way to see your coverage at a glance, what your class has actually worked through versus what hasn't been touched yet. Click into this card and it'll expand into a full breakdown, sortable and filterable, so you can see exactly which skills need attention. Up top, this toggle switches between by topic, which shows you skills across the whole class, and by student, which flips it around to show one student's progress across every skill. Each skill row has an Assign button, so if you spot something the student hasn't touched yet, you can assign that specific skill right from here. No need to fill the whole separate assignment. The next row is for more metrics. Time spent is exactly what it sounds like. It's how much time your class has logged working in the platform. Questions solved is the total number of questions they have answered right or wrong. Accuracy is the percentage of questions answered correctly. Pretty straightforward. Mastery is stricter. It only counts a skill once a student has shown durable, repeated, correct performance over time, not just one right answer. Same as skills, you can click into any one of these 4 cards to expand to a topic by topic or by student filter. Down below, we have our attention breakdown. This flags students who might need a check-in, each card displaying a percentage of the class and how many students that represents. Inactive means the student hasn't opened the platform at all in the last 7 days. No activity means they did open it, but haven't answered any questions. Low engagement means they answered between 1 and 19 questions, so they're working, just barely. Guessing means they answered 20 or more questions, but with under 35% accuracy. That pattern usually means rapid clicking rather than real attempts. Struggling means they're below 40% mastery in 3 or more skills. Let's move to the Students tab. This is your class roster. Alongside Search and Sort, you've got a flags column that surfaces those same attention flags we just went through, right next to each student's name, and a Filters button up top for narrowing the list down. Accuracy and skills mastery are pulled in here too, so you can scan the whole class without opening anyone's profile. To open a student's individual profile, click on their name. Everything you just saw at the class level, you get here again, but just for this one student. Now let's move to the Assignments tab. This is where you build and manage practice work for your class. In here, you will see a list of every assignment you have created, with its start date, due date, and a toggle showing whether it's currently assigned. To build a new assignment, click Create Assignment on the top right. First things first, let's name the assignment. We can call this one Practice. Next, we need to determine who we're assigning this to. We can either assign this to the entire class by selecting everyone, or we can manually select a student or a group of students to assign this to. If you'd like to assign it to a different group of kids with separate dates, you can also do so by clicking plus assign to underneath. Next, click into Start Date and pick a date for when you'd like the assignment to become available to the student. Due date is pretty self-explanatory. It's when the assignment is due. Below that, you've got a few optional settings. You can shuffle the answer choices, shuffle the order of the questions, or set a time limit. Just check the box and type in the number of minutes. You can also allow multiple attempts. If you turn that on, you'll choose which score to keep and how many attempts they're allowed. Last but not least, you can let students see their quiz responses after their final attempts. If you want to go a step further, you can also let them see the correct answers and even schedule exactly when those become visible and when they get hidden again. Now for the questions themselves. Select a topic. Let's go with craft and structure. And a subtopic. Let's go with words and context. And type in exactly how many questions you'd like from each difficulty. I'll go with 5 each. Next, hit Generate Questions. Here, you'll see the list of questions that have been pulled from our question bank. Here, you'll see the list of questions pulled from our question bank. If you're not happy with the question, simply hit Change and either accept or reject the new question. Let's click Accept. Once you're happy with your question selection, click Use these questions and you are ready to go. Simply hit Submit Assignment and your new assignment will show up in your list of assignments. Lastly, the 3-dot menu on the right gives you quick actions. Edit assignment if you'd like to make changes. You can export the assignment as a PDF, or you can copy it to your other class sections to avoid doing everything from scratch all over again. Next up, let's go to the gradebook. Here, every row is a student and every column is an assignment, and the scoring they earn sits in that cell. The average column on the far right is their average across everything shown. Pay attention to the difference between these 3 states because they're easy to confuse. Missed means it was assigned to them and they never completed it. That's different from not assigned, which means it was never given to that student in the first place, so it's not counted against them at all. This 3-dot icon next to students lets you sort names from A to Z, C to A, or display as last name, or first name, last name. Up top, you've got 2 search bars. One filters by student, and the other filters by assignment. Last thing, this download icon on the right exports the gradebook you're currently looking at as a CSV file. Our last tab is Exams. This is different from assignments, so it's worth its own explanation. Exams or practice exams, our platform has built to match the format of real standardized tests. The key difference from assignments: you're not building these from a question bank. You're selecting from an existing catalog. The content is fixed, so you can't swap questions in and out the way you can with an assignment. To assign one, click Create Exam. You can choose between a full SAT practice exam or a single section between math and ELA. Name your exam. Just like assignments, choose who you're assigning it to. Click a start date and a due date. Once you hit submit, it'll go live. And that covers the full teacher dashboard.